Melissa could blow JLP election promises off course, admits Holness. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has signaled that his Jamaica Labour Party JLP administration may not be able to immediately fulfill some of the promises it made during campaigning for September 3rd general election. This is in light of the focus now being placed on getting the country back on track in the shortest possible time, following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa on October 28 and the billions of dollars it will take to recover and rebuild. As much as possible, we're going to try to keep our commitments from the election manifesto, but as I said before, we don't want to slow down the development of Jamaica as we pursue the recovery and reconstruction, Holness said on Thursday during a media brief at Jamaica House for announcement of establishment of multi-stakeholders body that will be in charge of Melissa reconstruction effort. The Prime Minister was asked whether the administration was able to keep its election promises, including a commitment to double the national minimum wage and a one-off payment of $100,000 to some student loan borrowers. Responding, Holness said, "There are going to be fiscal choices for the government, meaning, do I spend the limited resource now on X or do I spend it on Y? So the general rule would be, if spending on the election promise is not something that is going to yield immediate greater results than spending it on recovery or on the reconstruction, then we would go for what yields the greater outcome with the result." He stated that it was for this reason why the government is in place and suggested that such matters are rigorously debated in his cabinet, which he said is made up of fiscal conservatives and others who are more minded to spend on human concerns and so forth. It's a good balance in the cabinet, and we're going to debate them, and I'm sure that there are some things that we won't be able to do right away and some things that we will continue with. The commitment we have is to maintain a government as much as possible, keep moving forward to keep the commitments, but if there are trade-offs to be made, we will make the trade-off what is best for growing Jamaica, stated Holness. 3 days before Jamaicans went to the poll, the Prime Minister announced that if re-elected, his government would double the national minimum wage from the current $16,000 per week to $32,000 over a number of years. He said minimum wage would initially be increased by $2,500 to $18,500 in the next fiscal year, which begins April 1, 2026. About a week earlier, Finance Minister Favor Williams, speaking at the launch of the JLP's election manifesto, announced that if the party was returned to office, students whose account with Students' Loan Bureau are in good standing will receive a one-off grant of $100,000. Even if only some of the JLP elect promises are implemented, it will cost the government billions of dollars at a time, with the preliminary estimate of the physical damage for Hurricane Melissa currently stands at $8.8 billion. The country is also losing billions of dollars because of the shutdown of a number of sectors, mainly in the southwestern section of the island. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says Jamaica's tourism sector is open for business. Jamaica's tourism sector is open for business. That's the assurance from Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett while on a tour of resorts and attractions in St. Anne. The minister asserted that most practical ways to keep the sector afloat in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa and by extension Jamaica is by supporting it. To that end, Mr. Bartlett is encouraging all stakeholders to play their part in making the sector thrive, especially in anticipation of the critical winter tourism season.
Because Otrias is the resort area that is most complete in its readiness for both ends of the tourism stream, the cruise as well as stopover. And so, in making the world know that we're ready for business, we're also making the world know that we're a multi-destination destination. And that Otrias is a destination on its own. So is Port Antonio, so is Kingston, so is Negril, so is Montego Bay, and now Falmouth is becoming a destination too. So on the 15th, when we roll out significantly we will be saying to the world, you can come and have your experiences in the very destinations that are in Destination Jamaica.
Caring cop leave huge void. Family and friends struggle to deal with loss of police constable who died in a traffic crash. The friends and family of Christopher Constable was always determined to be a member of the police force. They say the selfless, caring personality he portrayed, for as long as they can remember, was fitting for the career he chose to serve and protect his country as a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. In 2012, Constable realized his childhood dream when he joined the JCF, but that dream came to an abrupt end on November 10 when the 34-year-old constable died in a motor vehicle crash. Police report that the crash occurred approximately 2:30 p.m. The constable was driving his service motorcycle along Anglican Street in Monique St. Anne. The police report that a Suzuki Swift motor vehicle traveling in the opposite direction collided with the constable's motorcycle. Constable, who was assigned to the Monique Traffic Department, sustained multiple injuries and was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. I would call him Mr. Save the World, the late constable's sister Abigail Constable Malcolm told reporters. Being a policeman was already who he was from a long time. The way he lived his life and the way he was always trying to help others and doing the right things by them, it was only fitting that he went into the force, she stated. She said her brother was the foundation of their family, even from when they were young and growing in Highgate St. Mary. He is the one who is always texting in the family group and ensuring that we're good. Even on the day of his death, I think he told us goodbye without realizing it. That morning, he individually told us good morning and to have a great day, the sister recalled, as she fought to hold back tears. Dealing with his death has also not been easy for the constable's mother, Dorothy, who is now left hanging onto the memories of her caring son. I remember when he was younger, he wouldn't want to stay with anyone but me. He would walk around and say, Mommy, may I watch you? That's how close we were, and he didn't want to leave me for not even a minute. These are some of the little memories that keep me strong, along with all the friends and family members who come to support me, she said, as a grieving mother. She told reporters that it gives her joy to speak about her son, especially because of the stalwart he was and the impact he had on many lives. He always put in 110% to protect his children and family, and it is the same thing he did for his country. I remember one day on the job he took a child's bag, put it on his shoulder, and helped the child to cross the road and put the child in a taxi, the mother recalled, as she declared that the constable always went above and beyond the call of duty. He always go out of his way to help people, even if it meant leaving himself behind, and that is who he has always been. Right now, I can't find the words to express how I feel, added Dorothy. The police constable fathered 4 children and his wife, Kamoya, who became his sweetheart when they were both teenagers in secondary school. He didn't even make it home to his wife and children. I just don't know what to say or how to feel. The children are just screaming that they want their dad. He and his wife have been together since 7th grade, so he is the only love that she knows, and she's taking it hard, the sister-in-law told reporters. The family is now making funeral arrangements, but they never imagined having to bury someone they love so deeply. He was my father's only son and the brother closest to me. This is rough for us, but we have been receiving a lot of love because everyone remembers Christopher as a sweet person. He was such a light, stated Constable Malcolm. Alleged axe murderer charge. A 20-year-old man has been charged with murder after allegedly chopping a woman and then calling the police on Saturday. Charge is 20-year-old Kevin Williams of 7th Avenue, Vineyardton, Kingston 3. Dead is 58-year-old resident Rosemary Samuels of the same address. Reports from the police are that about 9 p.m., Williams and the woman had a dispute during which he left and returned with an axe. He reported the use of the instrument to chop the woman to the back of the neck, then summoned the police. Upon the arrival of the lawmen, the woman was seen lying on a bed face down in a pool of blood. She was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Williams was subsequently taken into custody, where he was charged following a question and answer session in the presence of 2 justices of the peace. His court date is being finalized. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.